you know, I feel like my career was potentially on the line, you know what I mean? I took a big risk stepping up on 1 week notice. You know, I'd been training, but I hadn't done no training camp or anything. Funny enough, actually, when I got the call, I was just about to eat my dessert. Just about to, and then I get this call and I'm like, oh. It kind of made me a bit nervous. Like, I'm like, bro, this geezer's a big bantamweight. I've seen him kill guys. I'm actually a fan of his. I'm like, and when I felt them nerves, I knew, yo, it's time to go. You get me? Like, this is the first time I felt any, like, sort of jitters since I was, like, younger. And I knew it was time to fight. You know, so I took it on a week notice and come in there and beat him. Obviously, I've had a bit of the problem with the weight. I thought it'd be a bit easier than I thought, but I walk around heavy for the weight at flyweight. So even at bantamweight, I'm not the smallest guy out there, you know what I mean? So, you know, I thought I could do it, but I didn't. So I'm sorry for that, but hopefully I get forgiven for that, for taking the fight on a week's notice.
You missed dessert to take this fight. What dessert are you going to have tonight to celebrate?
You know what the thing is that because I haven't like done no like 10 week camp, and no, I'm like the strictest guy in camp. I don't eat nothing bad for me. You know what I mean? I'm not even craving anything. You know what I mean? To be honest, like I stepped up on short notice, took this on a week's notice. Done it for the UFC. You know, I've had a bit of you know, not a great run the last two, but I've took this on short notice. All I ask for now is that they get me a fight again before the end of September.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Jake, over to your left. You said that you felt like your career might be on the line in this fight. Obviously, you had the two defeats coming in, taking a fight on short notice. When you had that weight miss by just the 1 pound, did that just pile extra pressure? Did you feel additional pressure as a result of that on the Friday?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I thought, you know, I kind of was doing everyone a favour by taking it on a week, but then we're missing the weight. Now I've just put myself back in even a worse position, so that the pressure was on. You know what I mean? But I just went out there and just did my thing. You know what I mean? And come on with the win.
And given that you know, it was kind of a back against the wall performance, how much did it mean to be able to, after all of that, turn it around, and now you head into your next fight on a win?
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. I've turned the tables now. I just can't wait to get back and fight again.
And one more from me for Jose Grabs, but is bantamweight a viable option for you moving forward? Would you prefer to fight a bantamweight?
Yeah, well, you know, what do you think? I look good out there today against a bantamweight who's known for being big for the weight and also strong at the weight. He physically throws everyone around. I mean, if you know, to listen to him speak, he says he's never felt anyone who's a bantamweight who's anywhere near his strength level, let alone a flyweight. And I out-muscled him in there. I felt like I was stronger than him. So I think this is the weight for me at flyweight. I was holding on to a weight division that I was just too big for, because I'd been in the division since I was 17 years old. You know what I mean? So I've just outgrew the weight, basically. You know, also, yeah, I was also going to move up anyway before I took this fight. Right. But obviously the week notice is a bit short.
Congrats.
At media day, he felt that his, like you said, his size and strength would be the biggest factor in there. But then you said you felt stronger than him in there. How soon into the fight did you realize that you had the strength advantage? Well,
it was the first clinch. I was like, oh, well, this guy's done now. I'm too quick for him, and I'm stronger than him. He's got no chance. You know, he was the one with the 10-week camp. And I had better cardio than him. I was on the move, fighting on the back foot. That's harder than fighting on the front foot. Yeah, so I'm the whole package on a week notice. So imagine if you give me 6 weeks. Imagine if you give me 12 days. You get me?
Well, kind of going off of that, lately the UFC has really favored these guys that step up and save these cards, like Alex Pereira, Volkanovski, and all these. Would you like this, like getting these short notice fights, not having to do the media, just showing up and fight, and not having to think about a fight for 12 weeks?
To be honest, like I watch all the old school boxers and that, like Henry Armstrong and stuff, and he was fighting every month. You know what I mean? 3 times a month. if there was no weight cutting involved in MMA, I'd fight every weekend if I could. I like fighting, you get me, I enjoy it. I fight every week in the gym. You should see me and Vaughan when we have a scrap in the gym, or me and Ripper when we have a scrap. It's like, we do it every week in the gym, so it's no different to me to go and have a fight.
And how, if you do move up to 135, like you said, how much different will camps be? Because we've had these guys that move up, and they said in their old weight class, all they think about is making weight. It's 12 weeks of dieting down in that, but you add those 10 pounds, like you don't have to do that as much. They can just focus on training. Yeah,
but I've had multiple nutritionists and basically the PI says I was killing myself to make flyweight. It shouldn't even be possible for me to make flyweight, so I was carrying way too much muscle mass for my weight division, so I was just messing myself up. Obviously at Bantamweight, I can afford, I'm not going to eat bad food, but I can afford to train and then eat after training. I was starving myself after training, you know what I mean? So now I can be fully fueled. You know, I'm strong, I lift heavy weights, you know what I mean? I'm the whole package here at Bantamweight.
Jake, a guy you've had a lot of back and forth with in Muhammad Mokaev won tonight. I wonder what you thought of his performance.
I thought he was fucking, thought he was boring, but he's an idiot, man. He's just trying to fight everyone in the back. He sucker punched Manel Cape and all these geezers and that, but he's a clown, man. He tried to start on me on the buzz yesterday, but I'll smash his head in, you know what I mean, that idiot. If he wants to come up to 135, I'd even go back down to 125 just to smash his head in, but he's never wanted that fight in his life, so whatever. But, you know, he's higher up the rankings, so I can understand, but when we was both on the same ranking level, he never wanted the fight. He don't want the fight, and I'd kill him.
And Caolan said at Media Day that when you signed the fight, he lost his home crowd advantage because he does train in Liverpool. He has a lot of people traveling out. Did you feel that hometown support?
Well, like I say, it was very short notice. I don't even think hardly anyone knew I was on the card. I mean, I had people messaging me, "Oh, are you fighting this weekend?" I was like, yeah. But no one even knew I was fighting, you know what I mean? So I don't think I really had a home crowd advantage over him. Plus, my hype has kind of died because I lost my last two fights before this, even though there was against two top guys and both was competitive close fights. My hype's kind of died, but hopefully now I've built off of Blockhead's hype. Sorry, that's what we call him. I don't even know his name. What's his name? Sorry, Caolan
Loughran.
Yeah, hopefully I've built off of his hype, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll get the hype back after this performance, but you know, it is 2:30 in the morning right now. How do you plan on celebrating this win? Is there any food you're going for in particular?
Me and my dad will probably go and grab a kebab on the way back. That's what we were saying, we was going to go grab a kebab, but I just want to see my mum now, so yeah.
Well, I'll let you do that. Congratulations.
Thank you, bye.